Let us start with a new video of biology about NEET, most important questions for biology. Topic is skeletal and movements. Metacarpals are present in wrist, palm, digits or thighs. The answer is palm. Metacarpals are the palm bone. They are 5 in number. So we should know metacarpals related to palm. The next question, elements associated with a muscle contraction are magnesium calcium, magnesium chlorine, sodium calcium, calcium potassium. Answer is sodium and calcium. What happens in osteoporosis? Decrease in progesterone level, increase in progesterone level, decrease in estrogens, or both 2 and 3. The option C is the answer, decrease in estrogen level. We know that when the estrogen level get decreased, osteoporosis starts. That means the bones gets weakened. We know that osteoporosis is related to the diseases in the bones, and estrogen level gives us the indication for the presence of osteoporosis. So we should know that whenever the word osteoporosis is being asked in exam, we have to select the hormone estrogens, not progesterones. Okay. The next question is, match the pair hinge joint carpals, saddle joint knee, pivot joint thumb, gliding joint vertebrae. For checking this match the column, we have to see a trick. There is a common trick. We should know hinge joint. Hinge joint is having 180-degree movements. And we know that out of this 4, the knee shows 180-degree movement. So option A will have 2. That means A will have 2. So you have to select from the option where A is having 2. It is in option C. That is hinge joint knee. Saddle joint will have thumb. Pivot joint will have vertebrae, and the gliding joint will have the carpals. So we should know this sequence, and all this sequence get matched in option C. So C is the correct option. Column 1 shows the type of the synovial joint, and column 2 shows the location where they are present. So at least one should get match. You can get the another hints. Cori's cycle operates in cartilage, muscles, liver and muscles. Answer is D, liver and muscles. So Cori's cycle, whenever this word comes, we should know that it relates to the liver and muscles. So this is the easiest trick to get the answers by knowing the related terms. Liver and muscles shows Coric cycles. Okay. Come to the next question. One of the following is true of the muscle contraction. H zone expands, I bands expand, A band remains constant, the sarcomeres expand. These are all related to muscle contraction. So we should know that A band remains constant when the muscle contraction takes place. So A bands, we know this, that A bands are the dark bands. They remains constant for the muscle contraction. This is true concept. Which cavity is formed by the fusion of coaxial bones? Glenoid cavity, acetabulum, acromion, scapula. The answer is acetabulum. There are the 3 coaxial bones, namely ilium, ischium and pubis. At the point of fusion of this, a cavity is formed called as acetabulum. So this is very important word. Whenever the coaxial bones fusion comes, we should know that it is related to the fusion name is acetabulum. Okay. Come to the next question now. Which is a part of pectoral girdle? Acetabulum, ilium, sternum and glenoid cavity. We know that the sternum is present near ribs, so glenum is the answer. A skeletal muscle which decreases the angle between the 2 bones and bends a joint. The answer is flexor, because abductor, extensor and adductor, they don't show such kind of the angle which get decreased. The flexor shows the proper angle of decrease when the joints get bent. So flexor is the correct option. That is option A. So again we'll read the question. A skeletal muscle which decreases the angle between the 2 bones and bends at the joint. The correct answer is flexor. That shows the decrease. Abductor, extensor and adductor, they are responsible for the opposite directions. They are not decreasing the angles. They are generally responsible for the movements which shows the formation of, we know that that they are generally responsible for formation of biceps and triceps. When we have seen the muscle topic, that time we have used these words. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following is the correct pairing of a body parts and the kind of muscle tissue that moves it? Iris, involuntary smooth muscles. Heart wall, involuntary striated muscles. Biceps and triceps, smooth muscle. Abdominal, smooth muscles. The answer will be iris. Iris is having involuntary smooth muscles. This we know that. Iris we cannot control it. It's an involuntary one. Largest bone in the human body. Very common questions and very easy question. Generally we know this. The ulna, femur, humerus and tibia. The femur is one of the largest bone. We know that the femur is also known as a thigh bone. It is the largest bone which is present in the human body. So this question is asked many a times. So we should know this. Femur is the correct answer. Next question, which one of the following pair is wrong about the cardiac muscle? We have to select the wrong option. Location, only in the heart. Function, pumping of the blood. Gap junction, no. Striated, yes. Gap junction, no. This is the wrong about cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle also shows the gap junction. They have written their gap junction, no. So it's a wrong pair. Other all pairs are correct. They are the striated muscles. Okay. Which is the ion necessary for the muscle contraction? This is a very common question. Chlorine, calcium, sodium or potassium. The word contraction has been asked here. So when the ion calcium comes, calcium shows Ca plus, that is necessary for the muscle contractions. So always remember that a question when asked about the muscle contraction, we should know that the calcium is the correct answer. Sodium and potassium is responsible for the exchanging of the stimulus, that is the impulses. We know that our body also has a sodium potassium pump, and this is also necessary for transferring of the impulses, that is the signal. So the correct answer in this question is calcium. Next question, which one of the following is the correct pairing of the body parts and the kind of the muscle tissue that moves it? Iris, involuntary. Heart wall, involuntary. Biceps, smooth muscle. Abdominal, smooth muscles. Again the same type of the question has been asked here. The answer is iris, involuntary, smooth muscles. This is the correct answer. So we should know that even though the question has been changed, but the option is, the correct option is again the iris, because the iris shows the involuntary kind of the movements. Okay. And the heart wall, we know that heart wall shows the involuntary, but it's a written unstriated. Actually heart wall shows the unstriated kind of the muscles. Biceps, smooth muscles. Bones formed by the ossification of the tendon is called as the sigmoid bone. We know that the ossification of tendons shows the sigmoid kind of bone. It's not a dermal bone, it's not a membranous bone, or it's not a cartilaginous bone. The answer is the sigmoid bones. So when this kind of question comes of ossification of tendons, we should take the correct option as the sigmoid bone. So while checking the answers, we should know both the things, that why this answer is correct and why the other answers are incorrect. So we should also know the options, because whenever you are fixing an answer that this answer is correct, we should know that why others are incorrect. So always check the answers before you take the answers. Which joint occurs between humerus and radioulna? Ball and socket, sliding, pivot or hinge joint? We know that humerus and radioulna is generally shows the hinge joints. They shows 180-degree movement. Ball and socket joint, we know that it is present in the shoulders, so it is not present there. Sliding joints are generally, we know that they are the gliding joint, sliding joint. They are present generally in the palms. Pivot joint, it is present in the skull and the neck region. We know that pivot joint holds the skull, but the humerus and radioulna, these bones, they are generally having the joint hinge joint. So the correct answer is the hinge joint. We should know the options properly. Next, hyoid is a cavity, cartilage, bones, fluid. The answer is bone. Hyoid is a single U-shaped bone present at the base of the buccal cavity. We know that the mouth, we know also call our mouth as the buccal cavity, and this bone is generally a U-shaped bone present at the base of the buccal cavity. So when hyoid word comes, we should know that this is generally a which kind of bone? U-shaped bone and it is present in the buccal cavity. So in option buccal cavity may also be asked. If they are asking hyoid is the bone present where, it's present at the base of buccal cavity. Okay, come to the next question. Dash connects the ends of the bones together. What connects the bones together? We know that the ligaments connect the bone together. It's not tendons, it's not muscles, it's not cartilages. The answer is ligaments. Ligaments are the one which connects the end of the bones together. End word is very important here. Ligaments are generally present at the end. So whenever this word comes ligaments, we should know that it connects the ends of the bones together. So other options are not true for this question. So ligament is the correct answer. Okay, come to the next question now. Dash is used to capture the prey in Hydra. This is a common question. Hydra use which kind of the body parts? Cilia, flagella, tentacles or forelimb? We know that when we draw the diagram of Hydra, we draw there the tentacles. Tentacles are used for capturing the prey for the, and also it is used for locomotion. So correct answer is tentacles. So we should also know the diagram of Hydra. Last question. Ilium, ischium and pubis joint are at the dash to form the coxal bone. Acetabulum, ilium, sternum, glenoid cavity. The correct answer is acetabulum, because we know that ilium, sternum and glenoid joint, these joints are not present together to form the coxal bones. The acetabulum is the correct word where these three bones joined, that is ilium, ischium and pubis together, when they join to form the acetabulum, it also forms a coxal bone. Thank you for watching the videos. If you need any kind of the help, you can contact me, and for classes you are welcome to join from April onwards. Thank you.